Yo, what up, Damage Control family? It's been about 7 months since we put out a video, and I'd like to begin with a sincere apology for the sudden YouTube pause that took place.
Many of you have asked, are we still sailing? Are we still living aboard? And the answer is yes. Our lifestyle continues and the travels continue.
Even with the sun in our eyes. So I'd like to promise you guys that we're going to catch you up on all that's been going on with us. So stay tuned, welcome back, and thanks for being back.
Thank you.
Please allow me to pick up where we left off. Nassau, a dinghy parade to bring in the new year. The next morning, we left Nassau, headed to Wardrick Cay, where we would start making our way slowly down the Exuma chain to Georgetown with our buddies Tim B., Chrysalida, and Desan on board SV Paquita. We didn't do much at Wardrick Cay. It seemed like just a good place to stop and rest for further travel, and a good spot to jump off to or from Nassau. That night, we had dinner and a planning meeting aboard Paquita. Since it was January, it was still a bit chilly at night, so we really wanted to get further south as quickly as possible. So we decided to skip a lot of the islands and keep moving. Next stop was Hawksbill Cay. There we saw a lot of mega yachts and super yachts. These boats were so big that they actually had other boats, and that's how the occupants got to shore. Can y'all believe that my old rickety rackety old duct tape started acting up in paradise? It sure did, so it was time to redo it. Tim B heard about a good place to hike on Hawksbill Cay, so we set out to find it. Follow the booty. Hi! And you are?
This is Trevor.
Trevor? Morgan? 100 Price!
Has the statute of limitations run out? You can be on film now? Where are you guys from? Oh, no way, BC. Beautiful, good deal.
Shadows. Next, it was on to a 3-day stint at Wardrick Wells. There we planned to do some snorkeling, some hiking, and some hanging out. Tim and Desan were the first two in the water. They reported how cold the water was, and then my dinghy broke, so they just towed me back to my boat and we called it a day. Shortly after arriving back at the boat, though, nurse sharks started circling. At that point, I was glad that I didn't make it into the water. So this is an evening get-together. There's all the cars and how we got here. Yep. After Wardrick Wells, we were ready for some real fun. So we headed to a place where we heard that real fun happened, Compass Key. Even though we had escaped the cold weather in the United States, it was still pretty chilly in the Bahamas. As you can see Susie Q rocking her hoodie. Once we did make it to Compass Key, it was pretty tourist trappy. They charged $15 per person to come ashore in a dinghy. And then they also asked for a donation if you decided to put your life on the line and swim with the sharks.
Found a really cool place for his speaker, so we want to be next to him.
Like I've been following y'all the whole time anyway. I've been right next to you.
So I'll follow you this time, right? So this is Paquita right here with damage control.
Word.
Like brothers.
That's right. Instead of swimming with any sharks, we had a frosty beverage and then decided to take a hike to a place I read about on Navionics called Rachel's Bubble Bath. Boy, were we in for a surprise. This was a wonderful hike. Just beautiful. Upon arrival at the bubble bath, Tim, Chrysalida, and Desan rushed right in. Once I saw that they were having a lot of fun and not being eaten by anything, I soon followed. It's a wave pool.
You're in the bubble bath.
That's right. This is the bubble bath. It's a wave. That's right, baby.
Woo! Uh-oh, it's a little slippery. A lot of rocks down there.
A lot of holes in the rocks.
A lot of holes in the rocks. Be careful, my love.
So I went in my pants
Hey, dudes.
and hey dudes.
Woo!
Hey dudes.
Pants, underwear, and hey, dudes.
Oh yeah, underwear too. It looked like so much fun, so I joined them. But now we have an hour and a half to 2 hour walk back. As we were heading back, we were just really thankful that the weather cooperated that day and allowed us to have so much fun in the water. From Compass Key, we went to Staniel Cay, home of the Staniel Cay Yacht Club and the Thunderball Grotto, which is an underwater cave where they filmed the 1965 James Bond movie Thunderball. They also have a less desirable pig beach where you could swim with the pigs if you wanted to. Well, to our dismay, the weather got cold again, so we didn't go to the grotto, and I took this opportunity to try to change the impeller on my dinghy motor. Halfway into the job, though, I heard a horrible crack. It was done. There was no way it was going to be replaced because one of the pieces was seized and had cracked. But have no fear, the ever-cheerful Tim loaded us all into his dinghy and took us all to dinner at the Staniel Cay Yacht Club. The next morning we left Staniel Cay for Little Farmer's Cay. There we would stage for the next offshore passage down to Georgetown. It was a beautiful sail that day, so the weather was perfect for trying things that we hadn't had an opportunity to try before. Tim pulled out his spinnaker, and I pulled out the drone. Okay, couple things to point out here. First of all, yes, that is real water. It was crazy blue. Man, it was nice. And then next, everything went to crap when I was trying to recover the drone. I wound up backwinding the sail, trying to get back to where the drone was, eventually having to fly the drone right into the sail in order to recover it. When we got to Little Farmer's Key, I got more practice with the drone.
All right, coming in for a landing.
All right.
Protect your eyes.
Yeah. You too. Cap. Looking good.
If I try to grab it, it's gonna go up.
You went out.
It won't let you grab it.
All right, pilot. Landing.
Right on the helipad.
Awesome. Oh, that's so pretty.
That evening, we readied the boat for an offshore passage. The next morning, we got up early and left.
We have a 0645 anchors up for our last little ocean hop. Well, not our last little ocean hop, but for another hop down to Georgetown in the Exumas. So this is going to be offshore, so we wear our offshore gear. And there's our tethers. But it's going to be a nice day, but when we're offshore, we still wear these anyway. Unless it's just dead flat, then we'll switch to something more comfortable like the West Marine offshore vests. It's how we stay safe out here. So I know this sounds like a big lie, but we just caught a pretty big mahi. Well, he was on the line. He was on the line. I was reeling him in. He was jumping out of the water. He was fighting for his life, and he got away. Thank God he got away, because we're discussing what would we do with that fish.
We're not fishermen.
We're not fishermen, so we're wondering who was going to take it off the hook and who was going to stab it and bleed it and scale it and all that stuff. So we parked the line for now.
And there we were, sailing vessels Validated and Paquita, from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, to the Exumas, Georgetown, Bahamas. What I needed most was a haircut.
Hey. Haircut day. Yeah, boy, that's right. Paquita Salon with the fabulous Miss Chrysalida aboard SV Paquita.
If you ever find yourselves in the same anchorage as Paquita, make sure you go see Chrysalida for a haircut.
Shave or for crew or anything. Then we have Trader Giveaway. Then we have Kids Corner. Then we welcome those who are new to our harbor. Then we have Final Business for something that didn't fit the net or you forgot. And then we close with a thought for the day. So somebody start thinking of a thought.
Georgetown has an extensive network of cruisers. Usually anywhere from 200 to 400 boats will be anchored there at any given time. This is especially helpful when any sailor is in need. You not log in, but you tune into the morning network and ask for something you might need. We were able to rent a dinghy while our motor was being worked on.
Thanks for watching, and we're excited to see you in the next episode. We are going to set off on our own, no buddy boats, just me and him sailing around the Bahamas, and we're about to take it over.